welcome again to a new year, a new series, and new episodes on Viva Enthusiast. And a big shout out and welcome to my fellow aficionados, connoisseurs, and of course enthusiasts. Welcome friends. Now we are going to kick off the year. Hope you all had a good new year, and this year will be a good fruitful one for you, and lots of cigars to promote. Now this start of the episode, we are going to kick off with my top 25 cigars, rated cigars I had in 2021. Now, as you know, with my rating, I have the Viva 5-point rating. So every cigar gets rated on burn, construction, flavor profile and intensity, transition, and lastly finish. Those scores then get added up out of 5, and then altogether accumulates to a total of 25. I also do have the average as well, so we have out of 5, and then you divide that score out of 5 and then come up with a total score out of 5. But for the scoring, we have 3 awards lists. So we have the top 25, we have my top 25 rated, we have my top 10 New World, which are both score based, scored in the same way, and then we have my favorite, most enjoyable smokes of 2021. So these are cigars that maybe didn't even, a lot of them to us didn't even make this list, but I just really enjoyed having them throughout 2021. So how are we going to do this? We are going to go today from 25 to 20, and then we're going to break it up and go like that. So in 25th place, or last place, which now I have to say, you had to score 22 out of 25 to get onto the board. So that is a really, straight away, that's a really high score, right? And there's abundance of cigars that didn't even make this top 25, right? That's how good some of these really were. Also have to say as well, some cigars scored the exact same score. So I either shared that order number with them, or depending if I had another one where I had a few. This is for example where I had one which had the same score, but for me it was just a little bit more better, so it got its own, it was a bit higher in the order. So 25th place with a score of 22 out of 25. I put 2 in there, is the Fro Dominicana L 500. Good cigar, really good cigar. Originally was a vlog, but issues with the video. Did a head-to-head with that with the Fro Dominicana Bolivar 654. But the L500 was a real surprise. I haven't had it in many years. I had it, it'd been resting for a year, at least a solid year. And it was a great cigar, really good. It was like a Yardgar, but had decent flavour and offering. You know, the flavour, the thing with I had New Worlds this year haven't been very good for me. They've been pretty boring, bland, and nothing to shout about. There's only an odd couple few New Worlds that I've had, which will go into the New Worlds when we do the New Worlds list, that, you know, I really enjoyed and I liked. And this L500 was a really good cigar. You can smoke it any day, no problems. For me it was very mild. I remember my first one I had was very full bodied, but this was ridiculously mild, but all the way very good, enjoyable cigar. Now joined with that is the Laga Monte Carlo. Panatella. It's about 6 inches, 33 ring gauge. I only got to have a few. Now the first one I ever had didn't really wow me too much, and so I let these ones rest, and about after 8 months of resting it was really good. I did a blog review on that, so check the blog, because both of these full written up is on the blog. Now in 24th place, some people might be surprised this, also got the same score of 22 out of 25, but for me was just had a bit more than the other two for why it's got its own order. It was the Ras, the Rawan Ionas specially selected, which is the Robusto 4 and 7/8 inch by 50 ring gauge. That to me has been a stellar Mr. Consistency. For me, Mr. Consistency performer. Good score, really solid, good Cuban cigar. I'd have to say, however, after I started marking this one, later on in the last quarter of the year, I started getting a lot more nutty flavour profile coming out of it. A lot more lively nutty notes was coming out of it. So yeah, really solid performer. Didn't really have any issues with burn or anything. It just didn't have enough in its flavour offering to really push it above into 23s and challenge, you know, the bigger, better Robustos. It just needs a little bit more. Maybe this year we might get that because of a little bit more time to it. But for now, it just didn't really have that what was needed. In 23rd place, with a score of 22.1 out of 25, is the Asher Artman Sir Winston. Good cigar, solid cigar. Really enjoyed that. It was a good head-to-head with Esplendidos. You can see that vlog. But it just didn't really step up the levels for me. Maybe it was a bit too early for that one. It just didn't really step up the levels. I do have some other Sowinis, but they were from a different place than the one I used in the review. But good solid cigar. Maybe a bit more time, it can really. It's got the potential to show me it's going to be great, but at that moment it just wasn't. In 22nd place with a score of 22.3 out of 25 was the Cohiba Talisman Edition Limitada 2017. However, I believe this is a 2019 one, or it comes from 2019 box. This is the highest rated Edition Limitada in the ratings. They, for me, have been extremely poor. As you know, in the November series, we did the Edition Limitada program. We sampled the Sofrimos, the Ramios number 2, and the Patergas number 1. And they were just all abysmal. I think the highest was about 18. I also sampled Ash Altman Propios. It's not a channel, Dixly plugged. I also sampled the Bolivar Soberanos, which was the first ever vlog review. Nothing special. I think that scored about 18.9. So yeah, a real disappointment in the Edition Limitadas this year. They're just abysmal. They just haven't shown me anything major what people are getting excited about. I've had so much better regular production that just, you know, blows them out of the park. In 21st place with a score of 22.4, and this was really disappointing me throughout the year. And this score was actually the first one I did of that, and it hasn't ever beat that since. Is the Bolivar Royal Corona. When I first had it, I really loved it. I pretty much had it right off the truck, and this had a beautiful, lovely herbal flavour. It had that sort of gamey, meaty flavour, and it was lovely. Ever since that, as I've been going through them throughout the year, they've just got worse and worse and worse. And in fact, Bolivar has been, without a doubt, my most disappointing Masa, along with Monte Cristo. Everything I've just had from them has just been pretty poor. I've had a BBF, had the Royal Corona, I've had the Soberanos, Petit Corona. I don't think I'd get around to Petit Corona this year. But all the Bolivars I've had have just been really pretty poor. So yeah, that was, that one on that day was a shine light, but for the rest has been pretty poor. And the last one for today we're going to do is in 20th place is the Juan Lopez Selection 2, which scored 22.4 out of 25. Now the reason why this has got its own order than the Bolivar is because so at the beginning the Juan Lopez was quite boring. It wasn't really showing me anything. As the years gone on, it's had more time to sit. It has developed beautifully, unbelievably. It's just really gone strength to strength in the Habanos Robustos series, which I did initially was a vlog, but I had issues with the video, so please check the blog because I've got it in there as a blog. Just go around the Bolivar, any of the Cuban Robustos, the main ones, and just go to Habanos Robusto Special. It just performed beautifully. I didn't think much of it when I was going to sample that one, and anyone after that has just performed beautifully. I really do need a cap of that because that has performed great. So guys, that is the first part of my top 25 rated, and join us again. You'll see us for the rest of the next 25. Take care.